We're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River, and we've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. You look at this Arizona defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Let's go. Trimmer.
Here's Hurts to throw. They'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Second down and a yard.
Great. Set.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I've played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
He's going to have the first down and more than that. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley. That's career touchdown number 131, and it ties him with Chris Carter for number 8 on the all-time list. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Murray going to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. You look at this Eagle defense. They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Boom.
Kyler going to give this to Benson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. From the gun, Murray. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. Going for it. Here's Benson. And he's got the first down. Yardage before being taken down at midfield. Here's Murray from midfield. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
2nd and 10. Throwing now is Murray. That is caught downfield by Harrison. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr. with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cardinals respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And how about this? Here comes a reverse. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
As a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. The Eagles at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now Hurts is going to do it himself. Over the middle here to Brown. And A.J. going to pick up an Eagles first down as he'll get this down to the 47-yard line.
Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Oh, it's Silver, ready? Delta.
Hurts. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And this one complete to Smith. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Throwing is Hurts. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. 3rd down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
63.
Hurts sets up to throw it. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
No touch, sir. No touch.
Saquon Barkley running right. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that if they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
No touch.
On the sneak, it's Hurts. And he'll get it. He's over for the touchdown. Jalen Hurts, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
On 1st down, right back to Benson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
At the Eagles' 44-yard line.
Go on, Hurt.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. A give up the middle with Benson. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well, right out and right up the middle.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Murray going to fire one out wide. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Benson is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for it. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate. They end up letting them through, and they ended up tackling him for a loss.
He'll try again. And this time he's in for a Cardinal touchdown.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
The kick is good.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Here comes a reverse. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And that last touchdown drive, a good mix of pass and run. Defensively, they just looked a little out of whack.
And it's so hard to stay up with an offense that has things going so well, where you're guessing and guessing wrong play after play. So what you need is someone on the defensive side of the ball to make a big play. Throw that balance out of whack. That's what you're looking for now. Not worrying so much about guessing what the play call is.
A big play there on the catch and run. 46 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 27. He'll drop to throw. Connecting quickly with Goddard. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to...
And he will take this one in for the Eagle touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have moved out in front. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go again with Benson. And he's across the 40 for the extra yards to the 43. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yards to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he's going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
Come back.
On first down, it's Benson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
The tackle made back at the 48-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jihad Campbell. And the Eagles are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
Great, set. Hey, let's go. Trimmer.
Running left, it's Barkley. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Again, it's Barkley. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, second down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Elliott on for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. The touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. 65 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. To throw is Murray. That ball caught by Harrison. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Marvin Harrison Jr. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cardinals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And they will wrangle him down a couple of yards shy of the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia! A.J. Brown, as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum would seemingly have shifted the other direction. Thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
But that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guy.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Keely Ringo puts it on. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
A 62-yard attempt.
And that is no good. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Coming slow, 6 racks on a sweater. I'm just chilling with the fellas. Grandma always told me never trust me. Space up the racks on the camouflage bells. Diamonds on I'm a blue devil.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Murray now going to do it himself. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Ja'Cory Bennett has it. And the Eagles are going to have it here just past the 25. tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
There he goes again. And down to the 16-yard line. 163 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. I guess that's what happens when you give the current NFL rushing leader that much room.
And when you do, all you're doing is solidifying his standing at the top of the leaderboard. He's going to continue to get more and more yards. Good luck trying to chase him down.
Hey, Silver.
They'll look to throw now. First down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
At the Cardinals' 22-yard line.
A handoff, Barkley running left. Oh, some strong running. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, a 22-yard scamper. And the Eagles take a 3-touchdown lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Murray now to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Over the dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. Now he'll tuck this and run. He's got Harrison left side complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting his inside the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Gain of 26 yards. First down, Cardinals.
They run over center with Benson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
4 yards.
To throw, it's Murray. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And out of bounds right around the 20. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
He'll try to pick it up himself. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
They'll run with Benson. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Trey Benson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals are able to cut into that deficit.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, Maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hurts. Got him in. It's Brown.
That's a gain of 10. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. They'll set up to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 55 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
It's just a game of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Murray. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They're going for it. It's Murray. Pass complete there to Harrison. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
That's good for the Cardinals. 1st down.
Murray now. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way. Now Murray. Firing quickly here, and that's
It's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Play action. Now it's Murray. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. Going up top. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Down the left sideline, Saquon Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, career touchdown number 136, tying him with Marshall Faulk for 7th on the all-time list. And the Eagles get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he completes it to Wilson. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Cardinals first down.
Murray going to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try to get those yards a safer way.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a first down.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10. drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's now second and 10.
Throwing now is Murray. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long and way out there, but it'll be third down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown as he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up fourth down. Now Murray's got to have this one. He's going to take another shot here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on fourth down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
At the 39-yard line.
Second down is Barkley again. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
This offense so far on third down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing is Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And now off to the races down the right side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. From the gun, Murray. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Arizona.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. That injury stoppage here and a lot of worried faces on that offense and on that sideline as Kyler Murray is in some discomfort. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Murray. Caught. It's Wilson. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down.
Wilson. A gain of 6 yards.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Murray's pass. Intercepted. Turnover on downs.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Just what you want on a first-down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Ready? Cowboy! Ready?
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Hurts sets up to throw it. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. An explosive 38-yard pickup. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations. There'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
It'll be Hurts on the option. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Though definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, 4th quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off-play action. Collins. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis.
This is caught inside the 15. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Andrew McCulba. And the Eagles are going to have a short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick them off for the 2nd time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
Going to look deep for Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
That one looks like he'll throw here. On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete. The Charles are still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Hurts. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That's a gain of 8. Brings us 3rd and 2.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
180, 180.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And an Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Now back to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
2nd and 5.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Now he'll tuck this and run. This is caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Touchdown, Eagles.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Eagles are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Intercepted. The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 17.
And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Open man downfield is Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Eagles, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
I'm in a tunnel, foot on the gas. I see these demons, hoping I crash. All that I wanted, like the last laugh. Gotta move fast, get to the bag. I saw the signs for so long, just a reminder to hold on. Ain't gonna cry.